The Garo Hills Autonomous District Council election is on 10th April, and a controversy has erupted over the participation of non-tribals in the election. Local NGOs have not only called for barring non-tribals from contesting the election but also from voting. This demand has always been there. In the past, Garo activists had blamed the Congress government for not formulating a rule to bar non-tribals from participating in council elections. Unlike the councils in the Khasi and the Jaintia Hills, the GHADC has always allowed non-tribals to participate in the elections. This practice has been there in the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council since its inception in 1952. In the Garo Hills, non-tribals can contest council elections from 3 of the 29 constituencies, which are Rajabala, Mahendraganj and Phulbari. According to GHADC provisions, any non-tribal resident who has stayed in the Garo Hills continuously for 12 years can contest or vote. But such participation has always been opposed by local NGOs and activists. While there are no constitutional or legal reasons for such opposition, the objection is primarily based on the argument that ADCs are meant for protecting tribal people under the 6th schedule to the Constitution of India. Recently, the All Ashik Youth Federation said the participation of non-tribals in GHADC elections stems from a lack of awareness about the full scope of tribal rights guaranteed under the 6th schedule. The GHADC has made ST certificates mandatory for all candidates this year. This move has been criticized by former MLA SG Mominin. Meanwhile, a PIL was filed in the High Court of Meghalaya seeking non-participation of non-tribals in the GHADC electoral procedure. However, the court wanted to know whether the governor approved the GHADC's resolution to make ST certificates mandatory. The next hearing is on 9th March. But in the meantime, let us look at the constitutional and legal aspects of non-tribals' participation in district council elections. According to the 1951 Assam and Meghalaya Autonomous District Council rules, there is no particular restriction on non-tribals from contesting. Similarly, the rules regarding voting rights also do not impose any particular restriction on voters, but the rules specify that voters have to be permanent residents of the state. This means that non-tribals can legally contest council elections as well as vote. However, the KHADC Constitution and Procedure and Conduct of Business Rules 2018 protect the tribal adult suffrage. It also states that provided that a person belonging to a scheduled tribe specified in Part 11 Meghalaya of the Schedule to the Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order 1950 as amended up to date shall not be entitled to vote. There was also demand to amend the 1951 Assam and Meghalaya Autonomous District Council rules. In Karbi Anglong too, PILs were filed to restrict the participation of non-ST citizens in council elections. In Meghalaya last year, the Voice of the People's Party raised the demand for Article 371, saying that this would further protect the rights of the tribal population. It is true that district councils are under the 6th schedule's mandate, which is meant to protect tribal populations' rights. It is also true that there should not be any misrepresentation in these autonomous district councils. However, the non-ST citizens are taxpayers in the state and they have to follow the district council laws when it comes to commercial transactions. So why shouldn't they vote? And if there are non-tribal voters, there should also be non-tribal representation in the district councils to protect the rights of that particular section of the population. Either way, whether the non-ST population is barred or not, there has to be a clear rule about the same. The state government must take up the issue and discuss with all stakeholders to come to a conclusion and put a legal stamp on the decision to avoid any ambiguity. Otherwise, these intermittent protests and disagreements will only lead to communal disharmony and affect the state's social fabric.